Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Adam Seibel. The Laurent Street Underpass Mural Project is starting very soon. So with that, there will be some lane closures. Starting Monday, October 16th, Laurent Street will be reduced to 2 lanes of traffic, so 1 lane in each direction, for power washing followed by priming and painting of the mural. Laurent Street between Ash Street and North Street will also fully close for 3 nights, October 23rd through the 25th, 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. Additional overnight closures will be announced later. Cuero Turkey Fest kicked off its 51st celebration this weekend. 25 News Now reporter Adarius McCormick participated in all the festivities and has more.
Worthington, Minnesota's Paycheck hit the racetrack with Cuero's own Ruby Begonia in the biggest race of the year.
Now speeding up into the backstage, they're coming back to the last crosswalk. Ruby Begonia catching up on the outside lane. Paycheck slowing down. They're getting up in neck and neck. Paycheck coming in. Looks like Paycheck. And at the end, Paycheck over the line.
That evil Paycheck took the gold back to Minnesota. Their last match was an away race for Ruby, and she just could not get the upper hand in that one. Sadly, the Cuero Gobbler spirit was not enough for her to bring home the victory this morning. The loss did not hinder that Gobbler spirit at all. The Turkey Fest parade started with the Miss Cuero Court, Cuero Gobblers football team, Senator Michael Cloud, and much more. The community packed Esplanade to participate. The party even continued once the parade ended with the carnival and live music. Everyone was involved, from Cuero Gobblers to actual gobblers. There's still time to join in on the action because Turkey Fest ends tomorrow, October 15th. Reporting in Cuero, I'm Adarius McCormick, KABU TV 25 News Now.
Here's your viewer poll this evening. You can scan that QR to vote on your screen right now. With that Turkey Fest going on all weekend, do you plan to go to Cuero to attend those festivities? It looks like 4% say yes, you'll stop by. Tomorrow is the last day, and 96% say no, you will not be attending Turkey Fest this year. And you can read the full schedule of events for Turkey Fest at crossroadstoday.com. All right, it's time to talk weather this Saturday night. We're going to check in with First Warn Storm Team meteorologist Scott Pitney. Scott, it's always nice to work weekends with you. How's it looking?
Great to be back with you as well, Adam. Well, it was a beautiful day for an eclipse in the Crossroads, and thank you to everyone who sent in the pictures. I'm going to pull this one from the family photo album, though. This is from our beloved Uncle Jesse and his great nephew Xander, sending this awesome picture. See, almost 90% coverage in that beautiful circle of ring of fire, almost a complete ring of fire anyway. Great job, Xander, taking that picture, and thanks for sending that in. As far as our conditions, cool, clear, and breezy for the next several days, actually. Then we start to see a return of humidity late Tuesday into Wednesday as we see a return of onshore flow. Rain Thursday, well, I'll have that answer coming up for you in your full forecast. Adam, back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott. There were more explosions in Gaza this morning as a 24-hour deadline for Palestinians to evacuate expired. The Israel Defense Forces told the United Nations on Friday to evacuate the northern half of the territory to the south within 24 hours. The region's home to about 1.1 million people, about half of Gaza's population. The evacuation order comes ahead of an expected ground offense by Israel against Hamas militants. Israel leaders have vowed to destroy the group after it carried out terroristic attacks in the country, killing at least 1,300 people. Israel said that it would keep 2 roads open to let people in Gaza escape. Meanwhile, the State Department has updated its travel advisory for Israel to authorize the Department of Non-Emergency U.S. government personnel working at the embassy in Jerusalem and the U.S. branch in Tel Aviv. And Israel has been relentlessly bombing Gaza since last Saturday's brutal attack by Hamas militants, and now Israeli officials say a ground invasion is coming soon.
Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari making the announcement in a national broadcast on Saturday, saying the Israel Defense Force will broadly attack Gaza City very soon, with an emphasis on ground operations. The announcement made, according to the IDF, because it wants to avoid harming civilians. The IDF says over the last few days, its soldiers have fought Hamas terrorists in Israeli areas around the Gaza Strip, regaining control of communities. Israel vowing to annihilate Hamas, relentlessly bombing Gaza since last Saturday's brutal attack by Hamas militants. Israel urging civilians in the northern part of the Gaza Strip to move south immediately.
Hamas has brought this upon us, and we are now responding to the situation. And yes, we will employ significant military capabilities wherever our troops will be and wherever Hamas is. So it's an environment that is difficult and dangerous for civilians. We will do our best not to strike civilians. They are not our enemy.
ABC News has been following Tala Herzala's story.
We're leaving our house right now, and we don't know where to go.
She says she tried to evacuate, but there were bombings, so she returned home. President Biden spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu again on Saturday, reaffirming U.S. support of Israel. According to the White House, Biden also spoke with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas and condemned Hamas's attack on Israel, and that they discussed efforts to bring humanitarian assistance to Palestinians, particularly those in Gaza.
The humanitarian crisis in Gaza, innocent Palestinian families, and the vast majority have nothing to do with Hamas. They're being used as human shields.
Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Back here at home, there are questions about whether there were any missed warning signs before the Hamas attack on Israel.
This morning, serious questions about whether U.S. intelligence was picking up on any clues about increased threats from Hamas in the lead up to its unprecedented attack on Israel. The New York Times reporting that 2 CIA briefs mentioned a possible escalation in rocket fire from Gaza, but also reportedly had no details about the sheer scale and specifics of the terror attack. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who's traveling in Israel, was asked what the U.S. knew before the New York Times headline broke.
If we had known, or if we know of a pending attack against an ally, we would clearly inform that ally.
The news coming after President Biden spent over an hour on an emotional phone call talking to the families of those Americans still missing and feared held hostage by Hamas.
I assured them my personal commitment to do everything possible to return every missing American to their families.
The president also saying it is a priority to address the growing humanitarian crisis in Gaza, with food, water, and electricity cut off, and Israel's overwhelming retaliatory airstrikes.
You know, we can't lose sight of the fact that the overwhelming majority of Palestinians had nothing to do with Hamas.
Grab your cell phone, scan this QR code. That's a quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. Watch us anytime, anywhere, and get breaking news alerts and vote in viewer polls. Learn all about our ongoing contests right there on the app, and you can submit news tips and photos. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. Stay with us. Coming up, 11 days after Kevin McCarthy lost the House speakership, the dysfunction in Congress continues.
Already down to 59 degrees in the Crossroads, but are you ready for the 40s? We'll talk about that coming up in your forecast.
Right now, qualified lessees can lease a new 2024 Tundra Special Edition for $439 a month. Hurry in today. Toyota Trucks. Let's go places.
Hello, I'm Dr. Sean Hamilton with Victoria Vein and Surgery Clinic. If you suffer from leg ache, cramping, swelling, bulging, or spider veins, we have solutions. Victoria Vein and Surgery Clinic is proud to offer our patients advanced, minimally invasive treatments for their varicose vein disease. My team and I have been providing state-of-the-art vein care to the Crossroads region for 15 years. We perform all procedures in our office with minimal downtime. Call today to schedule an evaluation and experience the many benefits that vein care can provide.
You want to have purpose, to unlock your full potential. Imagine a career that fits you. With the Pathways at Victoria College, you can take steps towards a high-paying career that fits you and your interests. Or save money by completing courses you need before transferring to a university to earn a bachelor's degree. No matter where you came from or where you are now, Victoria College will take you where you want to be. The world needs you. Are you ready? Victoria College. Enroll today.
11 days after Kevin McCarthy lost the House speakership, dysfunction in Congress continues. No one in the Republican conference has enough support to be elected Speaker majority. Leader Steve Scalise dropping his bid, and now Jim Jordan has earned enough votes to secure the nomination, but still doesn't have enough support to win a vote on the House floor.
Continues on Capitol Hill. 11 days after Kevin McCarthy was ousted, still no new Speaker of the House.
It's 4% of the conference with all the Democrats that want this chaos.
Congressman Steve Scalise of Louisiana dropping out of the race after realizing he wouldn't have the support. Representative Jim Jordan receiving 124 votes to secure the nomination. He says he believes he can unite the party. The Ohio representative is one of the Republicans leading the impeachment inquiry into President Biden and the founder of the far-right House Freedom Caucus that often gave McCarthy trouble.
Can you get I'm in. I think so, yes. I feel very confident in that.
Jordan, who is supported by the former speaker, still doesn't have the 217 votes needed on the House floor to win the gavel. After a tense 5-hour meeting, a secret ballot showed 55 Republicans would not support Jordan for Speaker. There is concern among some Republicans that no one can unite the party.
There's not a person in America, and that includes the Republican conference, that is going to get 217 votes out of this body. Just not.
Without a speaker, no legislative business can move forward. No aid to Israel or Ukraine can be approved.
House Republicans have chosen to triple down on the chaos, triple down on the dysfunction, and triple down on the extremism.
More, there is that spending deadline looming next month. The country could see a government shutdown unless Congress gets to work. Mary Alice Parks, ABC News, Washington.
The Wisconsin Department of Justice investigating an officer-involved shooting that occurred today. According to the Fond du Lac Police Department, officers responded to a disturbance involving weapons around 6 a.m. Upon arrival, they found a man inside a vehicle and gunfire was exchanged between a sheriff's deputy and the subject. The subject sustained injuries and received first aid, but was ultimately pronounced deceased at the scene. A police dog was shot and seriously wounded during the incident and was taken to a veterinarian hospital to receive critical care. The sheriff's deputy has been placed on administrative leave following agency policy. The Division of Criminal Investigation is leading the investigation. Once that investigation concludes, the DCI will review all evidence and determine the facts of the incident before turning over investigative reports to the Fond du Lac County District Attorney. If you need help with planning your holiday vacation and a look at those airfares, travel experts say the time to good deal is running out fast.
It's not yet Halloween, but this morning experts say now is the time to snag the best deals for holiday travel.
If you're planning to fly for Thanksgiving or Christmas this year, this weekend is the best time to book your holiday travel.
And this holiday season is anticipated to be a busy one, with millions expected to travel.
I am going to get home to my son.
According to Hopper, fares this holiday season will average $268 per ticket. That's down about 14% from this time last year. So what holiday deals should you grab right now? Well, New York to Orlando, round trip, $138. Seattle to Boston, $228 round trip. And if you're in the mood to head overseas, flights to New Zealand, $686 round trip from multiple cities across the country.
Those are fares that you might normally expect to see in January or February, but we're still able to find, even at this late juncture, for some Thanksgiving and Christmas availability. I would not sleep on it.
And experts stress the key to a good deal: flexibility. You can save nearly $100 by flying on less popular dates before and after each holiday week.
If you can fly on the less popular days around the holidays, you can save upwards of 40%. So when you fly is just as important as when you book your tickets.
For more on today's news stories, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Estrain will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise, and you can submit a local military hero so we can recognize them.
Some areas in Texas not even getting out of the 60s for highs today. How long will this cool weather last? I'll have that answer coming up in weather next. Stay with us. And welcome back. Let's take you out to the Cuero Water Tower. Beautiful shot of the tower on this cool, crisp night in the Crossroads. Feels like temperature 60 degrees at dew point, all the way down to 50. Very dry air out there. Winds are light out of the northwest currently at 8 miles per hour. Today it got up to 79, below our normal high of 85 degrees. And our rain almost getting caught up, still 5 inches or so behind for the year, but a little bit ahead for the month of October. Almost a half an inch surplus of rain for the month of October. In the 60s mostly for the Crossroads, and as we would expect, a little bit warmer along the coast. 75 Rockport, 76 degrees in Port O'Connor. High temperatures today, as I said, 60s in the Panhandle. Had a few 80s, 83 El Paso, Brownsville. 86 checking in at 82 degrees in Corpus Christi. Winds is the other story, kind of breezy out there. This is tomorrow morning, waking up to single-digit wind speeds in the interior part of the Crossroads, but along the coast, Port O'Connor, 20, 26 mile an hour gusts. That's even at 8 a.m. in the morning. Then by the afternoon, those winds pick up to the teens, still staying in the 20s along the coast, and pretty much the same formula for Monday. Single digit wind speeds interior, and then along the coast, gusts to 20. And then by the time we get to Monday afternoon, those winds finally starting to die down a little bit as that high pressure moves off a little bit. Speaking of that high pressure, here it is. You can see that bringing in that north wind, that cool, dry air, keeping us clear and rain free. This is tomorrow at 10 o'clock. That high is going to continue to move off to the east. And then when we get to Wednesday, we'll see that wind shifting around. We'll have an onshore flow. It's going to bring the humidity back up, also bring the temperatures back up. And there's our next front moving into the state of Texas by Thursday. Now, this particular model, this is the GFS model, this is showing no rain, but the other model is showing some rain. So I'm going to put in about a 20% chance of rain for Thursday. And this front could linger around, may not push all the way through. And if it does, we're going to keep those rain chances, all those small 20, 30% all the way through Friday and Saturday. Things will cool off if the front does make it through, but remains to be seen. National Hurricane Center watching this wave. This has a 70% chance of becoming Tammy over the next couple of days as it moves off to the west into the Lesser Antilles. These storms have been turning up north, but this particular storm we're going to keep an eye on as it moves to the west. Closer to home, water temperature in Port O'Connor, 73. You see your high and low tide. It's going to be breezy. Those seas choppy at 2 to 4 feet. Port Lavaca, wake-up temperature is 60. Your sunset temperature is 70, 77, and sunny by the afternoon. Cuero, 57, 67 by sunset. And for the rest of us, mostly sunny all the way through the end of the week. There's that chance of rain toward the end of the week with that cold front. Of course, you can download the Crossroads app today. Get the latest in news, weather, and sports at your fingertips. Plus, sign up for email alerts, and it's free. Here's Zach Brown with sports.
Thank you, Scott. The Lavaca River runs blue, and a Jonathan Brooks sighting. I'll have that coming up in sports. Well, last night in our Game of the Week, we featured the Lavaca River Showdown between the Cowboys and Cobras. Down at the Snake Pit to get the scoring started, it's Cade Rodas. I counted about 5 broken tackles all the way to the end zone at 7-0 Edna. Now in the second quarter, same score until Jaden Clay is going to find Braylon Harris for 6. He breaks a tackle on his way in. Now halfway through the second, Edna leading 21-0, but does Industrial have some Cobra magic in them? A touchdown here, and they would slowly start to chip away. Industrial's defense woke up, and as the Cobras get the ball right back with 12 seconds to go, Ashton Garza looking for his man, can't find one, so he's going to scramble, look for the pylon, but be out inside the 1. So 4 seconds to go in the half. Last play, he's going to punch it home, and the Snake Pit comes to life, trailing by just 7 at the half, but the turnover bug got them in the second half. Edna gets the win, 56-35. Bloomington fresh off its first district win in nearly a decade, trying to keep the magic going, but unfortunately for them, they ran into a very good Ganado Indian team that is still undefeated in district play. Next up, Ganado gets 3 Rivers. Bloomington off for a week, then they get 3 Rivers. So maybe Ganado can give them the blueprint to success in that matchup. Down in the Ville, Hallettsville taking on the Hempstead Bobcats. Deshaun Price, man, what a night and what a tightrope job at the end of this one to get in for 6. He sliced Hempstead's defense up all night. He had 4 touchdowns in the 43-0 win. The defense dominant. They'll need much of that on the 27th when they play Hitchcock. Not only was it a great win, but it was a special night. Current Texas Longhorn and former Brahma Jonathan Brooks in-house getting his jersey retired. He definitely felt right back at home, saying how much the support from Brahma Nation meant to him.
Just the love and support that the community shows, knowing that I have coaches that trust in me and believed in me enough to retire my jersey, just knowing that my name, my last name, my number, leave a legacy at this high school that not many people have done, really is just the support from the community.
Had the nice JB24 chain on as well. UHV men's and women's soccer in action today over at the Cage this afternoon. The Lady Jags lost a tough one 3-2, and the men's team could not find the back of the net against Louisiana Christian. Final score in this game was 3-0. Louisiana added 1 more goal with only 2 minutes to play. That was the dagger in this one. Many of you may remember how crazy round 1 of the East-West volleyball game was. Part 2 was yesterday evening. The East Titans still searching for that first ever win between the two. Took set 1, but after that, it was all Victoria West. The Warriors moved to 5-2 in district play. The East Titans fall to 1-5 in district play. And don't forget tomorrow, ALCS Game 1, Astros Rangers at 7:15. Adam, back to you.
All right, thanks, Zach. Stay with us. Coming up, a rare solar eclipse was visible across the entire continental U.S. earlier today. Experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today. Plus, a rare solar eclipse was visible across the entire continental U.S. this weekend. The annual solar eclipse offered people from coast to coast the chance to see the moon take a bite out of the sun, ultimately providing the lucky sky watchers in 9 states with the opportunity to witness a rare ring of fire in the sky. Those 9 states include Oregon, Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, and right here in Texas, as well as slivers of California, Idaho, Colorado, and Arizona. In the other states, viewers were treated to a partial solar eclipse, and you should never gaze directly at the sun during a solar eclipse, which is why many observers could be seen sporting special eclipse glasses to prevent eye damage. The next annual annular solar eclipse isn't expected to cross over the contiguous U.S. till February 2046.
Well, I'll tell you who's already ready for that 2046 one. He's got them all. He's waiting. He's waiting.
Is it okay to take these off now? I mean,
I guess I don't know if you can see them or not. It's up to you, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure. Just making sure.
You saw it today on your way into town, yeah?
Yeah, I did. We stopped, we pulled over and took a little video, and I posted it. It wasn't as dark as I thought it would be, but what was really interesting to me were the shadows.
Yeah.
Looking at the leaves.
I saw your video. It was really cool. You could see like the crescent, kind of, right? Is that what I was looking at? Okay,
yeah.
I think this is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, that was really neat. That was really neat. So we have a high of 78 tomorrow, sunny skies, much like today, a little breezy, cool and dry. And then all the way through Wednesday, we'll see that humidity return back on Tuesday, and then the front approaches on Thursday. Keep about a 20-30% chance of rain. We could see that go up as the front gets closer to us. High temperatures in the mid-80s, but notice that 49 low on Monday, 49 already, in the 40s already? You don't like that?
Wow. No, absolutely not.
All right.
Well, after with the summer we've had, I can't.
Yeah. Well, thank you all. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Scott. And thank you for being with us. Have a great night, everybody.